So let's be honest. This business journey is not about posting content regularly or showing up on the camera every day. Because sometimes you are doing everything right. You are sharing your story, you're putting in the value, and you're being consistent. But it still feels that no one is listening. It's exhausting and disheartening, and it makes you question yourself. But here's what I've learned after so many years, that it's not about the message, and it's also not that the message isn't good enough. Sometimes the message is not reaching the right ears. So communication isn't just about speaking. Communication isn't just sharing. It's conveying your message, your story, to the one who listens on the other end. And to make sure that your story is conveyed the right way, you should know the other person really deeply. And that's where we all miss out. So today I'm going to walk you through the entire process of finding your ideal audience. There are 3 things that we are going to go through. We are going to identify who your real audience is, and I'm going to teach you how to find your real audience without overcomplicating it. And third, I will teach you how to make content to reach these audience. By the end of this video, you'll not only know who you need to talk to, but also how you need to convey your message to them. So let's begin with the core question. Who do you want to serve? When I started, I wanted to help moms. But in a few weeks, I understood that moms as an audience is too broad. And it would be difficult for me to create content that relates to such a broad audience. That's when I started connecting with moms one-on-one and trying to understand where they come from. I paid attention to who responded to me the most. The moms who liked my content regularly or stayed at my live events till the end. And then I saw a pattern. The pattern helped me analyze my ideal audience. They were moms, but they were moms who had some help at home, who were ready to create something meaningful from the scratch, and also who had previously worked or had studied but couldn't create their own identity. And once I found that, I started creating my entire content for them. Now let me help you out. The first step is to identify who do you naturally relate to. If you are building a business from scratch, it is very important that you relate to your audience. This is essential because we all come from different backgrounds. If you want to reach your audience through online channels, you should feel relatable to them to get them to trust you. So write down who you actually relate to in your business. The next step is to find out how your service will be able to equip your audience. So for example, for me, my past experience with startups actually helps me to create systems and processes for moms starting a business with me. Remember, your current strengths are your biggest toolkit. The third is to identify your audience's biggest dream in context to your service. So for example, for me, it would be financial independence, or maybe having their own identity, or maybe creating something that they build from the scratch for themselves. Once you have all of this ready, you will get an idea of who your ideal audience is, how they speak, how they talk, where they live, and how they behave and react to your content. Now that you know how your audience looks like, the next step is to identify what your audience needs to listen. And you don't need any fancy analytics or tools to figure that out. You just need to start listening to your audience. I did the same. I connected with as many moms I could through my DMs, through my one-on-one calls, in my social groups and family groups, just to understand them better. And sometimes I used to connect with them one-on-one on WhatsApp to know how they feel about the business and how they feel about working from home. My biggest win came when I created a form that more than 1,000 women filled during the course of 2 years, and this form had around 10 questions that helped me identify my target audience and their needs better. And if you want to try the same strategy, I am happy to send to you 5 example questions that you can use in your questionnaire. I have placed the link of the PDF in the description below. You can download it, and if you have any questions, you can get back to me in the comments. So once you identify your audience and start creating content for them, slowly and steadily you'll start seeing a shift in your content strategy. Because now it's not just about posting content, it's giving your audience the value they need. But the connection should not end at just content creation. Here's how I avoid that. When I create content, I make sure to use captions that entice conversation with my audience so that they know someone has listened to them. And I make sure that I sometimes go to my followers' stories and connect with them personally. Let me give you a quick tip that you can add in your next content. Instead of just adding a question or how the problem affected somebody that you know. For example, I'm sharing a messy moment, I can add in the caption, "This is me every evening. Is that you too?" This question generates an interest and also makes it relatable. Remember, connection doesn't come with tips and tricks. It comes with truth and honesty. The more real you are, the more the audience connects with you. So if this video helped you, do hit the subscribe button. And a quick advice is to go back to my channel and watch the videos from the playlist of Restart Your Career. This playlist has my personal stories, tools I use, and examples that will help moms who are starting their business. I know how it feels to want your own income, not just to buy something that you need, but to feel independent again. And that's why I teach moms how to earn through social selling, sharing beauty products that they genuinely use and fits perfectly in their lifestyle. I know how scary it is to show your face online. So I help moms to build their confidence so that they can share their story and connect with mothers like them. And I know how overwhelming it is to juggle everything: your household chores, your kids, your family, and your work. That's why the Biz Mom Club is a supportive community, so that we are there for you when you cannot be your 100%. You will get the mentorship, the emotional support, and all the guidance you need to build a social selling system from the scratch. It's not about selling products. It's about finding your purpose. And if you're thinking that I don't have the budget right now, I get that too. So the Biz Mom Club is completely free for moms like you. You can start immediately without any fancy kit, without any kind of investment in the beginning. I just need your time, your trust, and your commitment to build something for yourself. And always remember, you've got this.